Hey there, beloved Ascension Pioneers, so much love from my sacred meadow space. I was guided to come here today with my blankie. I wanted to do some automatic writing because I haven't done this in a while now and I kind of missed it. I really did, with all the things happening and all the writings I've been doing online. But I said to myself, I want to do some writings here in my book, in my personal notebook. But before writing anything, I was just lying down. I took some green healing crystals with me. I placed myself in a healing circle. You don't know that, now you can see it. This beautiful green fluorite here in where I'm sitting, and I have my selenite wand with me as well, channeling energies. I've been just putting myself in this higher sacred circle because I wanted to bring in some higher awareness, some new insights. Today is the day of the new moon, and Saturn is moving back direct, since going retrograde for a while. And this always means, that something that was previously maybe hidden or hindered, or doing some limitations and so now we're opening up again. Now we're getting more awareness, more insights, new things happening. So I really felt I wanted to be back in that spirit, my source self connection, to bring some of the higher messages to all of you, because this is what I love to do most, and especially if I can do it out in nature. And I don't know, when I was meditating, I was putting these stones on me, the green ones on all 7 chakras. And remember, I was already talking to you about the lower chakric system and the higher chakric system, which we're now moving into, that we need to shift, because a lot of people are still writing about these 7 basic chakras, and the system is now being transcended. We need to come into terms with what's really happening in our awareness fields, in our body matrix, in all of our bodies, in our chakric system. So a lot of times we still associate old colors with the chakras. A lot of times we still have these beliefs that how it is and how it was written in certain spiritual scriptures for ages and ages. But of course that was written for the human race at that time. Now we're shifting to the true human genome, which has to do with our true source incarnate potential. And that's what we're stepping into, of course, step by step. And we're activating these chakras one by one. And I made this drawing. It's kind of childlike, I know, but it's not a focus on the drawing. It's a focus on what I want to bring through about the attributes of these chakras, what they're linked to, and how we link through them to all of creation, to all of life. This was how we were first originally built anyway. It's nothing new. It's not that this is being created as something new. This is how we were formated as perfected light beings, what we were supposed to do before all the fall and manipulations and anything as such that brought humanity to a certain point, which now, it isn't anymore. There's a beautiful butterfly. I don't know if you can see it. But just before I started recording this video, I made a test one, and there was a white butterfly sitting on my camera. So it was a lovely confirmation from Spirit that this video is supposed to be as it is, and that this is the right path. So the thing is, we are now uncovering back our true soul potential, our true divine blueprint, our true light signature as who we are. How we were created as co-creator beings of perfected light in the perfection of life in creation. So I was writing a lot, especially this weekend, about a sovereign integral. What that means is a being who has remembered, who is experiencing divine remembrance, and who is actually living that potential, who is incarnating their soul, and therefore tuning into their creative source potential. So source incarnate. I want to go now. Before making it too long, I want to make it basic understanding, and maybe in some of my newer videos I will expand this as I will be guided. But now I just want to share the basics of these chakras and how we are aligned with them. Okay, I'll start with, it's kind of like, I want to say first, it's not about numbering chakras. Usually we've been doing like 1, 2, 3, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and we said that's it. We have these 7 chakras. Yeah, maybe on a certain template that we were functioning on at that time. That since the December solstice in 2012, we have been activating our personal vortex. So that means that our own source potential has been activating. That also has to do with the higher soul star chakra, and I'll be talking about this now. So because we have activated this and the higher Christ at heart, which is here somewhere, we have now started to lay foundations for completely opening to these chakras, which are actually linking us with our true self, master state of being. So as light beings incarnate here in this body, how we already were in Atlantis before the fall, but now it's with a few additions. As always in creations, there's all about cycles. So we're not doing something in the same way we used to back then. We're returning to that natural state, but in a new reshaped way. Because in creation, everything is always restructuring, reforming, reshaping, redesigning. It's the creatrix of our life, which is the divine feminine. It's the part of the aspect of creation, of what we see as expressed, matter expressed, spirit expressed into form. And I want to talk about now with that numbering is not important. Forget about colors in this video. Also not important. We will go through attributes that these chakras carry, and first of all, us realizing and really decreeing that we're moving into this higher 13 chakric system. Not saying, oh, I already have all these chakras activated. No, we're just going to say we know, we understand our divine, true human genome, our true divine blueprint, and we're going to follow it. We're starting to embody, to connect to all of these aspects of us that already exist. We're just activating them, but with our awareness, we're bringing them forth. So, okay, I'll just start at the beginning, and I'll say, let's go first, as we would normally go with all the chakras, and I'll explain. You could say, first one we would say is the base chakra. In the third dimensional paradigm, we would say, oh, this is connected to root matter, such as, your survival instinct and money and all these things, right? In the higher chakric system, forget about that. Earth Star Chakra is actually how I have written here. It's self, so spirit soul embodied, so self-aligned being. That means that whatever we are in spirit, we're bringing to the base. And when we bring it to the base, we can say that we have fully, when each light cell, when each light particle is activated, we say that we're soul embodied. So that means we're self-aligned. Self-aligned just means that we are living, truly embodying that which we are in soul aspect of us, So base chakra means soul embodied and soul aligned in the higher chakric system. We'll go to the second now, which we call sacral, or you can't see me now probably because of the camera scope and ability, but the sacral, between the belly and the base, a lot of people call it sexual chakra. So in the old paradigm, again, lower dimensional paradigm, we'd say this has to do with the sexuality and a lot of things, principles around this. In the higher chakric system, this is all about being self-expressive, so self-creative. And again, colors are changing here, but this video is not about colors because I don't want to get too information out all at once. So the sacral is about you being fully, because you are already living as a soul embodied, self-aligned being. We're going now up, of course. This activation is happening as a spiral, as an infinity symbol. You are being totally self-expressive. You are tapping into your creative womb, to your creativity, and you are being self-expressive the way that is originally designed for you, for a unique aspect of source that you are. Third chakra, solar plexus, we used to call it. And a lot of times we said this was connected to our center of power. But in the third dimensional matrix, this has a lot to do with the power that is more dominant in nature and control. That's why a lot of even entities, they control people, still, people who allow this through this plexus or lower chakras even. And they attach to them this way, because this is the power that is not our true divine power by our divine heritage. So in the higher chakric system, this is actually self-empowered. That means self with a capital S. So this meaning now switches to being self-empowered. That means that you're tuned into the divine order of all things. You have no control. You live as a surrendered being who's only tuning into your inner power, and you don't give your power away anymore, okay? So the heart chakra, fourth, usually in the third dimensional paradigm, also used to be a lot about healing and how we heal through others and through modalities, through teachings, anything as such. And we used to say love, but how we express love as humans was not always divine love expressed through us. So a lot of this love was distorted love. So heart chakra those individuals, especially who live totally rooted in the third dimensional living and existence, and that's all they're projecting through their soul, that's all they desire to project. They don't believe there's anything else there, so because they don't believe it, they don't see it, they don't create it, and they don't have this activated at all. It's like they stop somewhere here, you know, it's like this cross is through them. So in the higher chakric system, the heart chakra here is all about being self-compassionate and loving. And the healing here is holing. So you heal through yourself. You heal through awareness of yourself as an integrated, wholesome being. Okay? The throat. We're moving a bit faster now. The throat used to be a lot in the third dimensional paradigm. In the old paradigm used to be about how we talk to others, how we communicate, how we express. And a lot of times, again, this communication was distorted a lot. And let me remind you, when certain healers who call themselves healers say, you can spin chakra this way, you can spin, you can do energy exercises, nothing is really changing. You're just spinning something. If you're just, you know, if the true root of the matter is not tuned into, if it's not tapped into, and you're not aware of it, what is there anyway, then you won't just change the whole nature of you thinking you're spinning something here or you're doing something. It's just, maybe you're going to do something for a certain period of time, but then it keeps going back because you keep doing something that keeps creating this in your imbalanced sort of way of living. In the higher chakric system, the throat is about self-honesty. That means you are aligned with the divine integrity of who you are, and you're not afraid to express it. You express it. You know that you are a vertical but also horizontal being, and you express yourself as a horizontal being. And this is all about this divine communication, which has to do with divine respect, with supporting each other, adoring each other. So this has a lot to do also to getting yourself out there, to vibrating yourself, you know, out there. So for example, in the third, in the sacral, you are being self-creative and self-expressive. You're tuning into it, and with this, you're emanating it out in all of your beingness. The sixth, the third eye, we call it. It was a lot about psychic vision in the third dimensional paradigm, and it was a lot about seeing things. And in the higher dimensional, I would say, paradigm, I don't even want to wish to give it names. That's just so I can express it, that we're shifting into higher. It's always higher, higher, higher. It's actually not higher like levels. It's more expanded. It's expansion we have to think about. And the third eye here is it's about shifting from psychic vision and seeing visions to maybe more geometric patterns, like seeing the divine form as it is, seeing yourself as through the eyes of energy. So instead of seeing visions that are more dense, you know, and tuning into lower astral levels, you are tuning into the sacred geometry of how creation is built. And this third eye is mostly in the higher chakric system, it's about being self-aware. So it's about self-awareness. You're aware, you're an observant, you see. It's seership, it's knowingness. The seventh, we used to say the crown. So we used to say, oh, this is how you connect, right? And we say, I'm spiritual because I'm dealing with spiritual matters, so spirituality is in my interest. Again, in the higher chakric system, this has nothing to do with you doing spiritual things or reading spiritual books. It has everything to do with you activating and opening up to source. So the crown is actually what is connecting us to source, and it's what I usually call being source infused. You know, every night before I go to bed, when all these impurities and everything that I'm associating with in my daily life, I feel like there's a hose, you know, it's something linking me, you know, before going into my dream state, in my dream realms, I'm just being, you know, like plugged into it, or always plugged into it, but when you know, still your body will feel it more. So that's how I feel it myself. You might feel different, you know, we feel it of tingling sensations. So this has, a lot of people have been opening up to, you know, entities jumping into them because they were not aware enough. You got to know that in the higher chakric systems, when you become an aware integrated human being, so a divine, sovereign, integral, nothing can jump you, nothing can attack you, because all these chakras are actually connected. It's not just you have one activated and you forget about the other. Oh gosh, mosquitoes here. Ooh, there's like this mosquito that wants to join the conversation. And this one is about understanding that it's all in flow. There's no separation here. And you see this, you don't see through these eyes of polarity anymore. I mean, not polarity, duality. There is polarity, it's always expressed in creation. But you don't express it as duality. So you don't express polarity as duality. And this actually has to do with the flow of spirit life. It's all spirit light. It's all in flow. It's all in flow. Okay? And this is how it is. So the eighth one, let's call it eighth, is what we're activating now. So it's kind of here. It's the Christ heart. These are the higher chakras now. From the seventh on, I'm going to talk about the higher ones. So the Christ heart is how this one, the seventh one, was about the flow of spirit light. This one is the flow of divine love. This one is when you tune into that creative part, the creatrix. If we plug into the matrix, the matrix of all existence, so the divine spirit, we actually, through the higher Christ at heart, we connect to the creatrix. So the divine feminine aspect of all creation, and through divine love, we create this flow of Christed beingness. So this area is like our Christed higher heart. You know, when you have photographs of Jesus with this symbolism, with the heart and the cross, the sacred heart. This is the Christed heart, and it's located here. Okay, so let's call it the ninth one, is way above, and a lot of people call it soul star. This means that you actually are tuning into, when you're aligning with it. When we are aligning with it, we are activating our soul blueprint. We're tuning into our soul blueprint. The connection is always there, but I'm talking about this in a way that when we really start tuning into it in this body, in this incarnated state. So it's actually soul connection. So through opening up to the spirit realms, opening up, you actually you tune into the level when there's your soul. And remember, I've been talking about the levels that just keep on getting more expanded and expanded. You know, go from soul to oversoul to head over soul and so on. And then you have the Christic and Buddhic levels, and the I am levels, and just source. And because, of course, our aim here is to be source incarnated, as we truly are source anyway, is how we link through these aspects of us. So all these chakras are just aspects of us. You know, like in creation, you have different variations of creations and expressions. You know, you say this is plant and this is mineral. You know, this is mineral. And these chakric, these levels I'm talking about now are just expressions of us, okay? So if this one, the ninth one we said, was our soul star, our soul logos, we switch to the 10th one, we switch to the planetary logos, so solar logos. It's alignment with the solar logos. 11th one we would say is alignment with the universal logos. So to all, it's not just our solar logos, for example, it's how it is our, you know, our planetary system. For example, you have 12 planets, 12 this, 12 zodiacal signs. You know, it's all about the 12. It's about the principle of 12, which is the principle, one of the principles of creation. And when you get to this higher level, which is universal logos, here we are attuned to the alignment with this universal logo. So different variations, different star systems, different origins. Here we are even more expanded. We're tuning into that. The 12th one we would say is the I am, so the creation logos. And here you're actually just tuning into all these different universes and all the multiverse. So the I am, the great I am, the alignment with the I am logos, so all creation within all that is. And let's not forget, it's not about the numbers, but you can either say 13 or 0. I wrote it as 0, you know, because 13 is just pure source. So 0 is, even if we go now back down, we have the Earth Star chakra. And this, for example, if we would be now residing on Sirius or somewhere else, we'd say, ooh, Sirius star, you know? So this is when you bring your light awareness, your light body, you bring it to the planet. So you are really in incarnated in this planet in your divine form. That's why it is called the Earth Star, or the Sirius Star, the Pleiades Star, whatever it is. You know, it's Pleiades is actually just a constellation system, and so the Sirius as well. You know, you'd have to have a name of a particular planet there, so my mistake here. So the Earth Star is about when you are, you know, if you, in your base, we were soul embodied, so soul, self-aligned, living as our soul, truly living, walking the talk of our soul. But in this, what the Earth Star means is self, so spirit realized. Because you're plugged into the exact planet and you have brought your spirit down to the very planetary level. So that means spirit realized, so self-actualized, I am embodied. So you bring your spirit into this body and you're connected, very grounded to the very planet you exist on in this level. So when you really understand creation, you will know why it is so. It's very simple. It's nothing complicated. It's how these aspects of expansion continue to dance with one another. And when we truly are a whole, integrated human being, so living our divine genome, and when we are sovereign integral, which is also what is spoken a lot about with the material of wing makers, if you have heard about it. It's when you truly are living your divine potential, your divinity, your source self, your source incarnated. Okay, this is, I think, everything I wanted to mention in this video, and I'll make another one with the update of more information about being a sovereign integral. So stay tuned, my beloved ones, and I love you all so much. Take care. Bye.